And welcome to This Is Now. First at noon, Governor Green announced a new program today to try and give families impacted by the Maui wildfires a chance to get away and heal.
In partnership with Alaska Airlines, Marriott International, and other community leaders, the Maui Care Flights initiative will give more than 3,000 round-trip flights to fire survivors. Here's some of the details announced at a press conference earlier today.
The first charter flight happens in July, and 180 guests will be flying to Disneyland. And thank you to partnership with Marriott for the free hotels and assistance from Disney. So really excited with that. And then on top of it, we said, well, we don't think that's enough because there's so many families with children that are impacted. And we said, well, let's continue it. So we're going to continue that every month until the end of 2025. So for 3,000 people, we'll have the equivalent of one flight a month for folks to go to visit family, to have a vacation, whatever they need to experience something, to give them some mental break from what they've been through.
Now we're going to have more details on this story online and on later editions of Hawaii News Now.
And now let's go ahead and take a look at some other stories happening around Hawaii. More details now on an alleged violent kidnapping on Hawaii Island. The suspect has made his first appearance in court for the crime. Ian Winter has been charged with kidnapping, felony abuse, and terroristic threatening. He's accused of using duct tape to bind a 27-year-old woman in an Ocean View home last month. The victim was also allegedly tied to a chair with rope and threatened with sexual assault. His bail has been set at $143,000. The trial is now set for September. Caught on camera, a terrifying armed robbery in Kailua Kona has now led to 2 arrests. This was at the Black Lava Vape Shop on Hanama Place Saturday afternoon. Officers later arrested and charged 39-year-old Austin Aini with several offenses, including robbery and terroristic threatening. We're told he got away with at least $400 from the register and a collection box labeled Maui donations. Later, police also arrested a second man who they say was the driver. He has not been formally charged. Aini is due back in court tomorrow. Israel's prime minister is calling today's announcement from 3 European countries, quote, a prize for terrorism. Ireland, Spain, and Norway and all U.S. allies said they will formally recognize a Palestinian state. Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
A major announcement by Ireland's leader alongside the prime ministers of Spain and Norway to recognize a Palestinian state.
We do so because we believe in freedom and justice as the fundamental principles of international law.
They join 140 countries, including a handful of other European nations, and hope the announcement will pressure Israel to accept a political path to end the fighting. The Biden administration said the U.S. position on the matter isn't changing.
President Biden, as I just said, has been on the record supporting a two-state solution. He has been equally emphatic on the record that that two-state solution should be brought about through direct negotiations through the parties, not through unilateral recognition.
Earlier this week, the International Criminal Court said it would seek arrest warrants for Israel's prime minister and the leaders of Hamas for war crimes.
It's a travesty, actually, to have these indictments at the same time. And, you know, from the perspective of Israel, I mean, this is a great reward for Hamas to suggest that equivalency.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu echoed that sentiment and also called Wednesday's announcement from the 3 European countries a prize for terrorism, adding it won't deter Israel from winning the war in Gaza. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The fight over access to birth control is flaring once again after former President Donald Trump said he may consider restricting access. However, he later said that he would never do such a thing. Skylar Henry has more.
Former President Donald Trump opened up a big debate on people's rights to contraception during an exclusive interview with CBS News Pittsburgh reporter John Delano.
Do you support any restrictions on a person's right to contraception?
Well, we're looking at that, and I'm going to have a policy on that very shortly. And I think it's something that you'll find interesting.
Democrats were quick to respond, with Vice President Kamala Harris tweeting, "Contraception is health care, and every person in America should have the freedom to access the health care they need." Trump walked back his comments, posting, "I do not support a ban on birth control, and neither will the Republican Party."
Sounds like they clarified what he meant by that, but that's obviously not a position that's held by me or, I would argue, most Republicans.
Democrats who see contraception and abortion as winning issues with voters say they will fast-track a bill guaranteeing the right to access contraception, forcing Republicans to go on record with where they stand.
I can't imagine Republicans are going to vote against the right of American families to decide how many children they want.
Republicans call this a political stunt. They say Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is just trying to help Senate Democrats trailing in the polls.
He's going to do these sort of political messaging bills because he knows he's underway in a couple of states, and he's trying to create a political foothold for some of his incumbents.
Democrats say the vote is necessary after Republicans in some conservative states have blocked bills protecting access to contraception. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The largest legal award in Hawaii history. A judge is ordering several major pharmaceutical companies to pay the state $916 million. The court says their marketing of a blood-thinning drug violated state laws against unfair and deceptive practices. Eddie Dowd has the story.
This case started a decade ago when a state court found Bristol Myers and Sanofi sold Plavix in Hawaii for 12 years, even though they knew it did not work on Asians and Pacific Islanders because they lack an enzyme to activate the drug.
The legal battle has been continued by 3 governors and 6 of Hawaii's attorney generals. After bouncing to the Hawaii Supreme Court and then back to state court, a judge has finally awarded Hawaii $916 million in damages.
It's about sending a very strong message to every business that comes to Hawaii that unfair and deceptive trade practices will be prosecuted, period.
Bristol Myers Squibb and Sanofi both filed to appeal, saying, quote, "The overwhelming body of scientific evidence demonstrates that Plavix is a safe and effective therapy regardless of a patient's race or genetics."
Humbly to the pharmaceutical industry, walk away from this one. I would hope that it's time to accept the decisions from 2 very reputable judges.
Governor Green warned the companies not to appeal the ruling again and said the state plans to invest the money in public health.
We'll develop a plan to put substantial amounts of resources into, for example, stroke prevention and cardiovascular treatment, augmenting public health initiatives that have been underfunded for too long.
The UH Medical School could get some of that money. That's where researchers have spent the past 20 years studying the effectiveness of drugs on people of different ethnicities.
Educate the community more about many of these medications that are known to be effective, but actually haven't been studied enough in Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, Filipino populations. What we're trying to do here in Hawaii is help recruit patients for those trials.
The state's lawyers say if they win the next appeal, it could be at least another year before they get the money. Eddie Dowd, Hawaii News Now.
A large and dangerous storm system is sweeping across parts of the United States today. It's responsible for numerous tornadoes and several deaths. As Amy Kiley reports, forecasters are saying people in the storm's path need to be careful.
Today, a storm system that's been spawning deadly tornadoes is moving east. It spans across parts of the U.S., and it's behind the tornado warnings millions of Americans were under yesterday as the system struck at least a dozen states.
It was actually all gone. Like, you can't even tell where we lived. So, yeah, it's just kind of crazy.
In Iowa, the State Patrol reports several fatalities and injuries. Officials say multiple tornadoes touched down there yesterday.
It's devastating. I've lived here all my life. I'm just praying that everybody was safe. Everybody's safe and nobody got hurt.
One Iowa woman says she's grateful her dog survived a tornado while separated from the family.
And all my family and friends who live right here were all okay, but the dog wasn't here. But we found her, so I'm just so thankful to God that we're all here.
For people in areas like Omaha, Nebraska, the aftermath means subsiding floods. This dust storm video is from north central Illinois last night. In Colorado, the damage is from a hailstorm that struck Monday. A CNN meteorologist says those in the storm's path today should know what to do during a tornado warning.
You need to be inside your home, away from the windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Over $5.5 million in federal funding is on its way to Hawaii for wildfire prevention. Senator Mazie Hirono says the U.S. Forest Service is awarding the funds. It's earmarked to be used for projects across the state to prepare for and reduce the risk of wildfires. That'll include the development of wildfire protection plans, the reduction of invasive vegetation that serves as fire fuel, and the restoration of native ecosystems. Meantime, the U.S. House passed an act that will make it easier for victims to deduct disaster-related losses. The Federal Disaster Tax Relief Act eliminates a loss threshold to receive a benefit, as well as the need to itemize deductions. It would also exempt qualified wildfire disaster relief payments received between 2020 and 2025. Representative Jill Tokuda introduced part of the legislation last October, prompted by the stories of Maui wildfire survivors. And the state is set to end its food service for wildfire survivors staying at hotel shelter sites. Services will stop at the end of the month. We're told the state is working on resources to help those who will be affected. In addition, the Red Cross and other local entities will still provide meal delivery services.
On the last spotlight now, we focused in on the Honolulu Rail project and caught up with Lori Kahikina, the CEO of HART. Over the last few weeks, she's received criticism from HART board members, including HART board chair Colleen Hanabusa, in a public display that really caught Lori Kahikina off guard.
Yeah, her contract has not yet been renewed. It expires at the end of this year. Given all the strife at these HART board meetings, she says she's not even sure she wants to continue on as CEO.
To be yelled at so publicly, that's not a good situation. I don't think anyone wants to work in that kind of environment. You know, if it, like I said, more collaborative, of course I'm willing to stay. But if I'm going to get beat up like that, you know, and I don't know when it's going to happen, it's like I shouldn't have to be, nobody should have to work like that on pins and needles every board meeting that you go to. It's not healthy.
Overall, Lori Kahikina has said that she is confident in the work that her team is doing, but is finding difficult to fill some of those vacant positions because of her uncertainty with her future with the Honolulu Rail project. We also caught up with Natalie Iwasa, a board member.
Yeah, Natalie Iwasa expressing her confidence in Lori Kahikina and also saying that she is not happy with the way she has been treated by the board.
They berated her. They gave her negative comments. And I think it's really, really important for the public to understand the good things that she's done. And some of these things that the board members are knocking her down for, I believe, are not fair.
Overall, a very explosive spotlight now with a lot of new information coming out and being able to hear directly from Lori Kahikina about her thoughts and her future with the Honolulu Rail project.
You can watch the full interview at hawaiinewsnow.com. Make sure to join us next week when we focus on the legislative session with House Speaker Scott Saiki and Senate President Ron Kochi.
Thank you so much, guys. And it is Wednesday, which means it is time to welcome back Sergeant Chris Kim of CrimeStoppers. And Chris, right off the bat, you have an update on some cases from last week?
Yeah, I just want to thank you as our other media outlets and as well the community for helping us to identify the suspects that we featured last week, one which was the Home Depot theft and the other the Sam's Club theft. The female saw herself all over social media. We received an influx of tips, and she turned herself in yesterday. So thank you so much to the community in helping us solve those cases, and we're asking for their help this week as well.
For sure. Good news.
Let's see him.
Okay, as far as this first case on Sunday, February 18, 2024, at about 2:57 a.m., this male was inside of a bar off of Kaunoi Street. When you can kind of see, she grabs the wallet as the complainant was facing the other way. She's being described as unknown female, medium build, black hair, medium complexion, wearing black sunglasses, a green jacket, white top, and dark colored pants. And I am fairly confident that the public is also going to help us identify this female as well. The second case on Sunday, May 5th, 2024, at about 2:50 a.m., this male entered the 7-Eleven store off of North School Street. and then brandished a stun gun to the employee, selected merchandise, then fled. He's being described as an unknown male, early 20s, 5 feet 6 inches to 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 140 to 160 pounds with a slim build, wearing a black hat, gray hooded sweater, blue jeans. He was armed with a stun gun. This last case, this happened a while ago, but we were actually working on some video as well as some other witnesses. But on Sunday, October 1st, 2023, about 11:30 p.m., these three male suspects physically assaulted and then took the victim's property. This happened over on Kalakaua Avenue and Ulunu Street. All three males are being described as unknown. So viewers can please take a look at this video. If you have any information, please contact us at CrimeStoppers at 808-955-8300, over the website at www.honolulucrimestoppers.org, or via the P3 Tips app. All three cases we talked about can be seen over at the honolulupd.org website, bottom left-hand corner under Wanted Persons.
All right, thank you so much, Sergeant
Thank
Kim.
you.
All right, let's take a live look outside. This is actually Colorado. This is Evergreen Parkway. We're going to have your forecast here at home with Guy Hoggy after this quick break.
How's it on this Wednesday? We've got a pretty nice day ahead, pretty nice several days ahead, actually. Now, this morning, we do have a few light showers out there for a handful of windward spots, including windward Oahu, but widespread rain not expected, not anytime soon anyway. Now, today, the weather's going to be different because the winds will be different depending upon where you are. Kauai and Oahu will have light winds, maybe even kona winds, and that could lead to some afternoon showers. We've got breezier trade winds from Maui and parts of Hawaii Island, and those breezier trade winds will take over across the state by later tonight through the next several days. So for today, if you're on Kauai and Oahu, this is what you're going to see. A few windward and Mauka showers to start, and then by lunchtime it'll be much drier. And because of those light winds, we'll get some clouds building up around the mountains, dark and thick into the early evening, and those cloud buildups might spawn a few spotty showers, but widespread rain not expected. Now, as far as the surface, dropping everywhere except for the east side. The east shores will begin picking up as the trade winds pick up. We're not expecting big surf, but it's going to be rough out there for the next several days because the next several days we'll have breezy trade winds. In fact, breezy trade winds are going to hold on all the way through the weekend, which means really comfortable conditions. Now today, because of those east-southeast winds, it's going to be a little bit sticky, a little humid for Kauai and Oahu, and then more normal trade wind weather takes over across the state from Thursday on. And then even though the winds lighten up, still should be a pretty nice Memorial Day.
A local charitable trust is partnering with the YMCA once again to give high school-age kids a free membership. Casey Lund is at the Leeward YMCA with more.
Aloha from the Leeward YMCA. This is a cool facility, part of, or it used to be, the sugar mill in Waipahu. So a historic building that's turned into a great space, and a great space for our young people as we talk about the 4th year of the OPIO program, the free membership program through the YMCA, thanks to the David C. Ai Charitable Trust. Lisa Ontai is with me. She is the Vice President of Marketing for the YMCA. We also have Eddie Rest, who runs the Youth Leadership, or Junior Leadership and Enrichment Program. Talk with Eddie in just a second. Tell me how excited we are to offer this again, and what a huge deal it is for families across Oahu.
Yes, we're so excited. So is YMCA's across Oahu, free summer membership for teens. So if you're entering 9th to 12th grade, please go online and register for your free membership, or just stop by any of our YMCAs. But you'll have use of all our facilities and all the classes that we offer in person, online, and also invites to special teen events throughout the summer.
Hugely beneficial, obviously, especially if you're worried about your young person maybe not being engaged during the summer months, May 30th through August 3rd, 2024. Even classes like Rumble, which are awesome teens here in Waipahu are demonstrating. Okay, I want to talk about the Junior Leadership and Enrichment Program with Eddie Rest. So this is different, of course, from the just free membership, and much bigger. Tell us what happens in this program. Some pretty cool opportunities, right?
Yeah, so it's a culmination of, again, our intern programming, but also once you join Junior Leader, you're also signing up for our Junior Chef program. It's been around for a while, and on top of our Junior Chef, our Youth in Government, which is one of the biggest culminating event for our Y teens across the state of Hawaii.
Is that essentially where they get to go put on a mock state government at the Capitol? We have some video of that too. A pretty awesome opportunity, especially if folks want to get involved in leadership down the road.
Yeah, so they go out to state capitol and they learn parliamentary procedures before going out there, and they learn essentially what it takes to run a government, essentially.
Yeah, so cool. And I just want to ask you real quickly, so what folks should know if they want to sign up or get more information on either of those.
You're right. Just go to our website, ymcahonolulu.org. You can sign up for your free teen membership. Bring your family. Here at the Leeward Y, we have a special offer. You bring your family, they can get a membership and get their first month free, and we'll waive the $99 joiner fee. But for the Junior Leadership Program, again, go to our website, look for the teen leadership programs, go ahead and sign up. That's also being helped by our donors, so the price is very, very good. $550 for the whole summer, or $450 if you're a member, or financial aid, actually, if you can't afford the cost of the program.
Very good. Lisa and Eddie, thank you for being with us today. Again, if you missed any of those details, you want to go check it out. YMCAHonolulu.org. We also have a link at HawaiiNewsNow.com. For now, we'll send things back into the studio.
And in today's Good News Now, some therapy dogs are helping young children overcome their fear of reading in public. Rina Nakano reports.
And then everyone laying here and looking cute. It's all in a day's work. Shotzi and her therapy dog colleagues provide comfort specifically for elementary-age children. This time, their shift is at the Mesa Verde Library in Costa Mesa. This polar baby loves to fish. Little Isla comes every week with her brothers to get her dog fix. It looks like Gracie is enjoying story time.
They do want a dog very much, but we gave them a baby this year, so we thought that this would be kind of a way that we can get around that for a little while.
But these highly trained pups' main job is to provide anxiety relief. In 2002, volunteers and their dogs at Orange County Animal Allies launched the Canine Literacy Program.
Some children have difficulty in the classroom reading aloud. They're afraid they're going to be judged. The kids are going to laugh at them. And our dogs provide that non-judgmental environment where they can make mistakes. The dog's not going to correct them.
A couple of days into summer vacation, 8-year-old Ava has been participating for about a year. I have like this thing called a Yodo, and it's like an audiobook player. So at home, she doesn't read out loud anymore. Just in time for the first day of school. But when she comes to the library, she's greeted by dogs who are all ears. You can go on forever, and you can never stop reading, and you're like in this magical land of the storybook. Studies show petting a dog can reduce blood pressure. Volunteers say reading to them increases confidence and improves mental health.
She has this year kind of come out of her shell. She's in a play and kind of getting into more performing things that before she maybe was a little bit more shy. So I really think it's the dogs.
A job well done, even if they're half asleep.
Ash, did you like reading aloud in school?
I did.
The only part that would make me nervous was when it would be my turn and I wasn't paying attention. And then if the teacher would know you're not paying attention, everyone would know. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I always paid attention, guys.
Oh, real quick, guys, if you want to show your aloha on the road, starting tomorrow, you can buy the new Shaka decal for your license plate at a satellite city hall near you. Only about 5,000 of these Shakas will be available. They cost $30.50, and no appointment is needed to buy it. The city said $20 of each purchase will go toward the Hawaii-based nonprofit ID8, which will help fund its efforts to help curb road rage incidents on Oahu.
Pretty cool. Be sure to drive with Aloha wherever you go, even if you're in a rush. Slow down, show shaka, say mahalo when someone lets you in.
And don't forget, the shaka is now our official state hand gesture.
Oh, there you go. It fits. Have a great day, everyone. Aloha.